I absolutely knew that I had to make a video on this just simply because of the fact that this this proved my point that I tried to make it a couple weeks ago when I made the Devil May Cry 5 Microtransactions video. Uh, and this just proved my point that not only do we have no evidence to suggest that DMC5 is going to be uh, uh, lowering uh, lowering red warps drops. This actually suggests that there's actually a way that we can get more red orbs at a faster rate. So what am I talking about? A few days ago, there was an event at New York Comic Con or something like that, and there was and Devil May Cry 5 was there at New York Comic Con, and they unveiled all sorts of stuff like alternate costumes. They gave some information on certain things, and one of there were two weapons that people really loved there. There was Cerberus, which was a DMC3 weapon that is making a return. However, it's being expanded upon. Instead of being an ice nunchuck, there is now a fire staff and what looks to be like a lightning whip looking thing. So there's that. This other weapon that people are excited about is the conversation, the focal point of this video, and that is the Faust Hat. And this is a hat that that does look like it needs to be well handled to be used properly. So this hat makes so this hat is very complex from the looks of it. So how it seems to work is you use red orbs as currency as ammo to use it. But when you kill something, and keep in mind, just attacking with it equipped also just drops red orbs, which is different than how it usually does, because usually you have to kill them. Now just attacking will get you some red orbs. And certain attacks with it equipped will also will get you some red orbs. So now I realize I'm giving a shit explanation on what this weapon does, but bottom line, it is a risk-reward system where you spend some and you'll and if done right, you will actually get a lot more from it. In my opinion, pretty much just completely negates every criticism that was being raised at DMC5 for the microtransactions, simply because of this one weapon allowing you to earn it at an accelerated rate. The point I'm trying to make here is that not only did we not have any evidence that microtransactions are going to be negatively impacting the game because slowing down progress. Not only do we have that, but now we actually have a way to increase the grind rate. We actually have a way to reduce the grind and earn red orbs at a faster rate. Granted, the issue has died down, but I still have yet to see a video coming from 3 people, that being Angry Joe, Young Ya, and Jim Sterling, because they pretty much did start this whole mess, especially Angry Joe, because he was the one that kickstarted it all, to my knowledge. And that's the main reason that I'm making this video, the fact that I haven't seen Angry Joe in particular talk about this, because now he might have said something briefly about it on Twitter, but in my opinion that's not nearly enough, just simply because he started the issue via a video, and now that there is an actual solution that to a non-existent problem in the first place, might I add. So now that there's a way that it's can be acquired at a faster rate, I don't see why he shouldn't just make a video. to explain, hey, ignore everything I said in this video, problem solved. Or should I say non-existent, problem solved. So, yeah. And Yang Ye and Jim Sterling, I don't exactly care for. I'd still like them to be to make a video discussing this, because simply they did contribute to this this whole debacle that happened. And for some reason, because Yang Ye and Jim Sterling's popularity should never go unnoticed. And that's kind of the reason why I'd like for them to, to acknowledge the Faust Hat and what that does, and how that just discredits everything they said about DMC5, the microtransactions. Now, keep in mind, I still don't support them, but at this point, there's literally no case that you can make that they are going to, that this is predatory or exploitative. There's literally no case that you can make at this point, because what little evidence there is points to the opposite way. Anyway, so that's what I'd like to say for this video. I want Angry Joe in particular to be making a follow-up video, and I'd like for Yang Ye and Jim Sterling to acknowledge this as well, because this is a shitstorm of their own making, and they, in my opinion, they do need to address it and admit the fact that they were wrong. So, do you agree, disagree, whatever? Just let me know.